At the beginning of this week's parsha, Chayesara, Rashi says something that requires clarification. It says, "V'kumat v'lo nishchat." What is Rashi talking about on the pasuk of Lispoid l'sara v'livkoisa? So I believe if you go back to last week's parsha in Parshat Vayera, and we look at the Akedah, perhaps our entire understanding of the Akedah has been wrong. Perhaps we need to have a unique understanding of the Akedah Yitzchak and what's transpiring. You see, at the time, all the Umas Ha'olam were Isaac in an Avodah Zarah called a Molech. They would take their sons and their children and they would put them through fire, and by so doing, they would be makriv them to their Avodah Zarah. You could suggest that the idea of Bincha Yechidcha, Avram Avinu taking his only son, and being makriv him as a korban oil HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if anything, lahavdil elef havdolos was like a hidur mitzvah on the idea of sacrificing one's child. The pasuk says in Vayera, Vayikra Elav Malach Hashem min Hashamayim, Vayomer Avram, Vayomer Hineni. Hineni means I am ready to be oimed in the Nisayon. So what truly was the Nisayon of Akedas Yitzchak? Vayomer Al Tishlach Yodcha El Anar. Just when Avram Avinu had the tremendous bren, and he was so desperate to shecht his son because he wanted to be Mekayim the Ratzon HaBorei, Va'al Taslei Mu'uma, Ki Yitzchak Yikar L'Chazara. So what happens is, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you're in the middle of an action, stop dead in your tracks, slam on the brakes, don't shecht your son. And that is the exercise of self-control. That exercise of self-control, we all take Kabbalahs, comes Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, we want to be better Yidden, and unfortunately those Kabbalahs last, sometimes to Ne'ilah, sometimes through Hoshana Rabbah. But it's very easy to take on new Kabbalahs, but it's much, much harder to take a midah that we want to fix within ourselves. If we have a midah ra and we want to stop it, we all know that requires tremendous avodah, and that koyach has come to us from Avram Avinu. And we see furthermore that the koyach of stopping was imperative to Yaakov Avinu when he heard that Yosef was killed. Vayimayin meis Nachmav, the pasuk says in Vayeshev. And Yosef HaTzadik himself used that same koyach to stop Amida. The Eshes Potiphera was chasing him with the bren of the Yetzer Hara, and Vayimayin is the pasuk. Yosef stopped himself from being over with the Eshes Potiphera. And now the pasuk comes to tell us what was the true nisayon of Avram Avinu with Akedas Yitzchak. Vayikra Malach Hashem el Avram shenis min Hashamayim vayomer bi nishbati num Hashem ki yan asher asisa es hadavar hazeh v'lo chasachta es bincha es yechidcha. You see, the true nisayon for Avram Avinu was not to shecht his son Yitzchak, that he so desperately wanted. Avram Avinu had a brand to do shrita. In fact, it says he took ayil acher nechaz basvach, and he had to shecht the ayil because Avram Avinu wanted. He begged the Malach Hashem, let me at least make a me'uma, let me make a small scratch on Yitzchak's neck. And the fact is, he stopped dead in his tracks, and that's what Rashi is coming to teach us here in Parshas Chayesara. This part of the Sarah of Kaisa, that when the Palet, Agna Chabashin, came to tell Sari Menu about Yitzchak's Ptira, she had Yitzias Nishmasa. Why? She thought that Yitzchak was supposed to be killed, and when she heard that Yitzchak was not killed, the Kemat V'lo Yishchat, that's when there was Yitzias Hishama of Sari Menu. May it be the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that each and every one of us who have a midah ra within ourselves, that we want to break down, that we have the koyach from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to stop in our tracks and to change our midos l'toiva v'livracha. Good Shabbos, Kol Tov.